everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Bucker Designs. This week, Stampin' Up! Released a new collection of products called the All Together Collection. We have the Here Together stamps and dies. We have a brand new line, a very large collection of skin tone Stampin' Blends. And then we've got this really fun designer series paper, all black and white, with some images that you can use your new blends to color with, and then paper that you can use in all projects. I have been using this on everything. We're going to use all three of these today on a card that looks like this. The blends, the Stampin' Blends, don't have names, clever names like our normal colors. They have numbers. I have taken a label printer and labeled mine. I just kind of grab depending on what color I want. I think as we use them, we'll probably know, okay, 400 is dark, 1000 is light. But as you play around with them, you'll see that there's such a wide variety of colors here. It's really, really neat. Okay, well, let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is this watercolor scalloped oval, because we're going to need to give that time to dry. I've already cut it out. This is the largest scalloped, not oval, circle, largest scalloped circle die we have in our layering circle collection. And I'm going to get some Coastal Cabana ink on my block. I'm going to take a spritzer and just spritz it with water. And then I'm going to take one of my water painters, and I've got the bottom loose. You don't want it super tight so that the water can't come out. Squeeze a little bit of water in there, and then I'm just going to kind of drop it on here like this, and we're going to let it dry. Okay. All right. And we might add some more color to that in a little while, but let's move it out of the way for now. All right. Now how about we color our beautiful hands? I have got thick basic white, and I'm going to stamp these hands in Memento Black. I'm going to do that right there on the thick white. And let's see, I think I'll start with 300. Now, our Stampin' Blends have both a brush end and a bullet end, and I like to use the bullet end most of the time, but here where I've got a lot of space, a lot of ground to cover, I like to use the brush end. It kind of lays down that color a little more quickly than the bullet end. Now, the top of the fingers, you have to think about where your light source is coming from. The light is probably up at the top, shining down on these hands. So we're going to leave the top, the fingers, lighter than we would the bottom. All right, so I'm going to take my Stampin' Blend and I'm going to curve this around and leave a little bit of white. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to take my color lifter and just kind of run that over so it bleeds that color all the way over and it's all pretty light. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing up here and up here. All right. Now I'm going to add a little extra color right here where there would be a shadow from those fingers. And then I'm going to have kind of a shadow line going down like that, and right there in the palm, and maybe a little bit right there. Okay, and I want to make sure that that color is straight down there where the die is going to cut it. All right, let's do 500 now. Same idea. We're going to make the top lighter than the bottom. You can add color as you go. To add shading, you can use the other colors, but I like to just layer on the same color. I think you stay a little more consistent with the correct color when you do that. All right, we'll add, let's see, shadow probably would be coming down this way, like that. And then we'll get that color lifter again and bleed those colors up to the top. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Now the sentiment that I chose to use is from our celebration stamp set. I think you're wonderful. This is a free product with a $100 purchase, only through the end of February 2022. It's such a great set. And I'm going to stamp that right over here on the edge. Hopefully I left myself enough room. And we're going to cut that out with this die right here, which is from the Potted Succulent dies. All right, we're going to grab this one. And we will swing around our cut and emboss machine. You could use your mini cut and emboss machine here too, if you'd like. But we're going to emboss, so I'm going to use this big one since we're going to need it. All right, we're going to lay that right there, lining up the top and the bottom. Make sure you've got all the thumbs and the fingers in the right place. And I think we'll run that through and then we'll do the sentiment. Okay. There we go. And see down here, I didn't bring the color far enough down. Make sure you do that. Now we'll do the sentiment right here. Lay that on there. Run that through. All right, now we've got our pieces. Oh, we need that machine still. Like I said, we're going to do some embossing. When you emboss, you take off all of these plates, and we're going to use this thick plate right here. This is plate number 4 for this thick embossing folder. All right, I'm going to emboss the front of my card. So I'm going to lay it in here like this, making sure I get the whole thing in there. And then we're going to lay that on plate 1 and put that plate on top, and we're going to run it all the way through. And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Now make sure you hop over to my blog using the link here on YouTube. I've got a free PDF as well as 2 other altogether projects for you. You've got lots. All right, I have cut some of that really fun designer series paper. We're going to put this one right here. Let's open it so I can make sure I get it straight. Right here along the right edge. Okay, and then I've got another 1-inch strip that we'll put right there. This is a 2-inch strip and a 1-inch strip. Trying to make sure I get that perfectly straight. They are longer than they need to be so that I can make sure to get them exactly right. It seems like I'm always cutting things too short, so I like to leave them long. And now we're going to grab this Playful Pets twine. Let's see, I think I've got enough on this bolt. And I'm going to actually run it through twice. I'm going to wrap it around twice. So once and twice, kind of crisscrossing. And we'll tie that bow. Let's see, I want to make sure that these crisscross. So before I tie it, let's make sure that crosses right there. Okay, hold that knot in the middle and you can pull the ends to get it the right size. Snip those legs off. Okay, let's check out our circle. Looks like it's not quite dry, so to help it along, we'll take a heat tool and dry it up. To get these variations in color, I actually did this 3 times. When you layer on that color and give it time to dry, it'll create those really cool veins. So I'm not going to do that now for the sake of the video, but just know that the more you do it, the more intense the color is going to be, and the more you're going to get those striations. All right, let's put our hands on here like that with some dimensionals, and we'll get some mini dimensionals here. if I can get the backings off. Put those right there. We'll cover up that bottom of that hand. Let's see, move it over a little bit. There we go. A couple more dimensionals. And then we're going to add one little embellishment, and then we'll be done. I pulled out these awesome brushed brass butterflies. I thought these were kind of a fun addition to this card. So I'm just going to put two. Whoops, that guy's kind of crooked, isn't he? And there you have it, a really fun card that holds lots of meaning. See how I used two different colors there? All right, click the link here on YouTube. Go back, get that free PDF. It has all the measurements and the supply list for you. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.